Kia ora. Thought I'd try something a little different today, which is a battle report, just presenting some photos of a game and running you through it. So this was a game versus Martin's Dwarfs, a local gamer, a couple of weeks ago, and this is a list Martin has used for some time. So it's got 6 hordes of dwarfs. So there are 3 ironclad, which are the hand weapon shield ones, a horde of shield breakers, which are the double hand weapon ones, horde of iron watch crossbows and rifles. So they're, well, as they say, 3 war machines, cannon, 2 organ guns, and then 4 heroes: a dwarf lord, a warsmith, standard bearer, and a flame priest. And this was 5 points under, just due to the Clash of Kings 22 changes, which I hadn't quite adjusted to, but it's only 5 points. In my Naiads, my Trident realm list had a horde of ensnarers, 2 harp pest regiments, so they're the shooting ones. The first one is the close combat ones. 2 hordes of water elementals, a greater water elemental, 2 knackers, which are the fast serpent things, and then 4 characters. So there's a Knight Centurion, an Aquamage, a Knight Envoy, and a Siren. So the scenario was Fool's Gold, and this is where you place 5 objectives in the enemy half of the table. Those objectives are marked 2, 1, 1, 0, 0. So there's a 2 counter, 2 1 counters, and a 0. But you place them face down, so the opponent doesn't know where the 2 is, where the 1 is, 1s are, or the 0s are. So these bluff counters are revealed at the end of turn 3. So the idea is to be cunning here and kind of outwit your opponent as to where these objectives are. Where is the real gold and where is the fool's gold? So this is probably a bit tougher for Martin's Dwarf army, given he's got a few big slow units, and I think we played this last time as well, just happened to roll it randomly out of the 12 scenarios. But we'll see how we go. So of course you know where the objectives are on your opponent's half of the table, but not where they are on your half of the table. But at the end of turn 3, you know where they all are, and at that point, if you're not near them, you have to suddenly try and get to them, which when you're a slow dwarf is not great. But anyway, let's see how we go. So I win the roll for first turn, and as you can see, I am on the right. I hang back there as there's a horde of shield breakers coming forward, and I push forward in the centre. The Siren there, she cast Enthrall and sucked forward one of the organ guns, which is finding her repelling and rushing towards her. The Knacker is sneaking around the back, and we advance forward. Okay, how did the... yeah, and there's this Siren sucking the organ gun forward. So the dwarf turn, and they just open up with the crossbows, rifles, and the war machines, and just completely blow away one of my water elemental hordes. So that's a fantastic start. My turn 2. So what I notice here is you'll notice I've come forwards. The water elemental, greater water elemental, has slammed into the organ gun and killed it. These have continued to advance. The Knacker has swung around the back, and what I did here was to advance forward, turn, and then surge using the Aquamage here into the flank of that dwarf unit, which is a bit risky, of course, because you know these are going to get flanked in turn perhaps, but I was hoping to do a ton of damage. I did not. I did a moderate amount of damage. So anyway, we killed an organ gun. Dwarf turn. So this did not go particularly well. You'll notice I bought this Naka sweeping over here, and what I did not notice is that Martin had a flank charge from these Dwarves. So they have gone onto the flank of him, and that one's flanked, so that's poor, let's say. What happens there? Well, the Greater Water Elemental, now that takes all the shooting from the rifles and the crossbows and the cannon and the organ gun and the flame priest, and so I lose my Greater Water Elemental. But by some miracle, this Naka survives, takes 8 damage, and it's not even wavered. So that's what happens there. Things aren't going particularly well. I've lost all my water elementals already. So I think what am I going to do? I'm just going to try the best. So I chuck these into these dwarves here, the ensnarers. I charge in both the Nakas. I've got a flank attack on the rifles there, and taking this organ gun. Meanwhile, heart piercers are shooting at this unit here, which was hit by the water elementals first, and stacking up a few wounds on it. And so my Naka does 5 damage and wavers this organ gun. My Centurion has also disordered this crossbow unit, and I do a few damage to the other units. So the dwarf turn, in come these dwarves, and they kill off the Naka. This unit here is it was actually wavered from the shooting, so it's in a bit of trouble. It's taking quite a bit of damage. These dwarves here fighting back, see they've done 8 damage, but of course these naiads regenerate, so that's going to be a long battle for them. Meanwhile, my characters are hanging around in the middle. So over on the right flank, what's happening there? Well, there's my otters, and there's the shield breakers who've advanced forward, and they seem interested in this objective, which hasn't been revealed yet, but I'm guessing it's something. And the otters are not feeling like they're in a position to contest that. So I decide to run away, and I think, well, I'll just bring them back this way. And there is a possibility here, though, that these dwarves taken a lot of damage, so maybe I can do something cunning from the flank with these otters, which is what I do. I managed to get a flank charge into them, and they're already on 16 damage. I do another 2, and I actually end up killing them with the otters in a flank attack. So that was good. It's the first decent bit of success, really. Over here, there's just a real grind going on between my Centurion, my Naiad and Snarers, and the Naka, just these 2 units. And I'm regenerating, so I'm gradually wearing down those dwarves. But of course, these other dwarf units are advancing over as well. And so here's Martin, he's lining up. I eventually break through there and kill those units, but Martin has got the centre, and he's about to finish off my otters, and he's got over here as well. And we've revealed the counters, so there's a 2, there's a 1, there's a 1 just off screen, which these naiads are heading to. There's a 2 there, there's a 1 here, and a 1 over here. So at the moment it's drawn. And in terms of objectives, so what happens? Well, I do have a plan that I will rush forward with these naiads here and fight it out and contest the middle objective while my Naka holds this 1-1. Because of course these characters, they don't have unit strength, so they can't hold objectives, but this has 1 unit strength, so it can. Unfortunately, Flame Priest and the Warsmith open up with a fireball and the pistol from the Warsmith and the cannon, and they kill my Nuka dead. So that ends that plan. And this is how it ends up. So we end up with 4 victory points each and a draw. So I've got 1 here, 2 there, 1 there. Martin has 2 there, 1 there, and 1 off screen to the right, which is his shield breakers holding that one. So there we go. The first, that was actually the first outing for my Trident realms. Thanks for watching.